Hey, this is Jay at Hands On Recipes. Today we're going to show you how to make some healthy spaghetti. We're going to use some ground turkey, which is healthy for you. We're going to have some tomato paste. We're going to have a 10-ounce can of Rotel. We're going to have a half an onion and a half a bell pepper, some garlic powder, and some whole wheat angel hair spaghetti noodles. And we also gonna show you how to make your own spaghetti sauce. So what I did is I boiled some tomatoes, which I'm gonna come over and show you. All I did is put these tomatoes on there for about 15 minutes, and see how they boiled real nice. So we're gonna make our spaghetti sauce out of those tomatoes. And so to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my noodles. I'm going to use this whole box of angel hair noodles. It's like a 13-ounce box. And I'm going to take my noodles, and I got my water already boiled. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take my noodles and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the water and let those be boiling. And I like to break mine up and just put them in the noodles, in the water. And then, once I get those in, then I'm going to show you guys. Let me grab a fork here. And I like to stir them a little bit so they don't stick. So you kind of swish them around in the water a little so they don't stick together. Okay, now after I do that, then grab me a little knife, turn my pan on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ground turkey and I'm going to put it in my pan, and then I'm going to take my onions, and all of that, and just throw it right in there with that ground turkey. And I'm going to kind of just mix that in a little bit. Just mix it around in there and then let it cook. Okay? And while that's cooking, let me put a little seasoning in there. I like to put a little garlic powder in there. You can tell this is a new thing of garlic powder. I ain't even opened it yet. Okay. I'm going to stick a little bit of garlic powder in there. Alright. And while that's cooking, now what I'm going to do, we're going to start on the sauce. Move that out the way, that there. And I'm going to drain my tomatoes. Take all the water off my tomatoes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just squish the tomatoes up. See how loose and nice and they squish up like that? And that's all you got to do then. They just so easy. They just make like a, you know, just like tomatoes, man. They just come together so nice. And what you're doing here, though, is you're making your own sauce. You don't take no peelings off. You leave everything in there. Now, then after you get them kind of squished up some, they're good and hot too, though. I guess you can see the steam coming off of them. Then you take your tomato paste. Grab me a little spoon here. Then you take your tomato paste and you mix your whole can of tomato paste in there with your tomatoes. That's going to kind of thicken your tomatoes, kind of thicken it up a little, give it more flavor. And you just want to mix that real good to loosen this up. It's hot enough to go ahead and loosen it up. And I like when I do it like this, you have, like when you're eating your spaghetti, you have just little chunks of tomatoes in there. That is so nice. Okay, then after you get that like that, then you take your Rotel and you put your Rotel in there. Oh man, that is going to be something good. And see, Rotel is the big kicker here. The tomatoes are real nice, but that Rotel, you can get the hot or you can get the mild Rotel. And I like to get the mild, but it still got a little kick to it, but not a whole lot of kick. Then you come and you take your little garlic salt. You put just a little bit more garlic salt right there in your in there. Then I grab just a little bit of salt. If I can find the salt, there we go. Then you take a little salt. Then you put your little salt in there. Kind of give it a little bit more seasoning. And while your ground beef, or not ground beef, but your ground turkey's cooking and your noodles are cooking, then you take this and put it on the stove and bring it up to a boil and then let it simmer. Okay, when we once my other stuff get done, then we're gonna come back and show you the rest. Okay guys, our ground turkey is done. So now what I'm gonna do, you see how nice and pretty that is? And that's all you want, just like that. And so now what I'm going to do, take my sauce and just pour it right in there. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to stir it around. It's going to kind of cool down some. And you see how that just thickened right on up? See how nice and pretty that is? And you made your own sauce. It's like homemade sauce. And so now is I'm going to put this back on the stove and I'm going to let it simmer. Because I've already had it hot, so I'm going to let it simmer now. And my noodles are done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain the noodles, and then we're going to come back and show you guys how to fix a plate. Okay, you guys, my noodles are done. I strained the noodles, and now all we're going to do is just take our sauce, which I'm going to come over here and get. And this is homemade sauce. This is healthy sauce. And you just take your sauce. Some guys like to put their sauce and mix the sauce and the noodles all together. You know, you can do that too if you like it that way. But this is the way I like mine. Now, you see how pretty that looks? That is gorgeous. And it's healthy for you. You know, you can get your own side that you want to go with it. You can get some corn. You can have some beans or whatever you like to go with your spaghetti. But that is a healthy spaghetti there. Remember, this is Jay at Hands On Recipes, and you can hit us up at Fast Chicken Recipes, or you can go on Twitter. We on Twitter, we on Facebook, we on Pinterest, you know, we a little everywhere. So hit us up and give us a thumbs up, and remember, this is Jay at Hands On Recipes. Put your hands on it.